This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, so we want to explain the lashon of the Rama. The Rama says that some say that there's a chiyuv to have a suda on Purim Katan, and the Rama says it's not the minhag, but we are noyeg to be marbe besuda ktsas v'leiv toiv mishte tamid. So what's the pshat in the Rama v'leiv toiv mishte tamid? So I'm going to tell you the pshat in the of the Arugos Habosem. Shalos Achus Arugos Habosem Arachaim Siman Kuf Pei Beis. We learned this morning the Haggah of the Chassam Sofer Masechta Megillah Vav Amud Beis. Chassam Sofer has a chidush oyoim v'noira. Chassam Sofer learns there are two parts of Purim. Since what's the source of Megillah Esther? The Gemara Megillah says Daf Yudale they made a kavachomer that Mam Mayavda Secheres Amrinon Shira. If when we were exited slavery in the time of Tzitz, we sang Shira Mimisa L'Chaim, when we were elevated from death to life, Alachas Kama V'Kama. Right? It's a kavachomer that if they sang Shira when we left Mitzrayim, certainly we have to sing Shira when we left, when we escaped from Achashverosh and Haman, and therefore the Gemara says the source of Mikra Megillah is a kavachomer. So some Sofer says a kavachomer is Dairaisa. So L'Chayra then Purim is Dairaisa. Some Sofer says Einachanami, Purim is Dairaisa. But what do you need to do? The answer is Midairaisa. You need to do something, and as long as you do something, you're Yotzei the Dairaisa. The Chachamim came along and said what the some things are. Mikra Megillah, Sudas Purim, Mishlach Manos, Matan Savyonim. So on Purim there's a Dairaisa aspect, and the Rabbanon gave the exact parameters. And comes the Chassam Sofer and he says a Chidush Atzum and Chidush Naira. Look it up. It's on Masechta Megillah. Vav Amud Beis, Hagois Chassam Sofer and Vav Amud Beis. What about an Ibriyar? So there are two Adars. So Chassam Sofer says the first Adar is Purim Dairaisa. But when it comes to the parameters of Mikra Megillah, Mishlach Manos, the Drabonons, then we delay that to the second Adar. So it comes out, the Ikar Purim is tomorrow. That's the Dairaisa Dika Purim, and the Drabonons are the next month. That's the Chassam Sofer. So the question is, how are we Mekayim Purim Dairaisa tomorrow? So what does the Chassam Sofer say? The Kiyam Dairaisa is with the Isser, Hesped, V'Tainus. The Isser Hesped V'Tainus. So comes Arugos Habosem, says, that's how you're Mekayim a Purim Dairaisa by not fasting, not eulogizing. We never fast. When do we ever fast? I mean, we live in the 5 towns. It's a party every day, right? It's a party every day. It's a mishteh. So how do you yotzei? Meaning bishlama, if you live the chveist in, some little village in Europe, so you're mekayim it by not fasting, because every day they fasted. So if you don't fast, so you're mekayim Purim. But how are you mekayim Purim now? The only way is, that's pshat in the Rama. The reason why we're noyig to be marbe besuda ktsas is we have to do a little bit more than the rest of the year. Why? Because otherwise you're not mekayim the dairaisa of Purim. Says Arugos Habosem, that's pshat in the Rama. V'noyig in la'arbos besuda ktsas. Why? Because leiv toiv mishta tamid, every day's a party. So if every day's a party, you can't be yotzei the daraisa with an isra hesped b'tainus. So therefore, because leiv toiv mishta tamid, you need to be yotzei the daraisa with to be marbe ktsas besuda. Okay, Rabbi Glatstein, shtaka b'zoicha that through Purim Katan it should usher in 30 days of simcha. Amen.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.